Good morning, guys. Today I'm Captain Paul here, and I want to talk this morning about a few things. But I'm upset today. I don't know why. Who could be upset sitting in a 2017 Prestige 56-foot yacht? But I am, and let me tell you why. Because it's not just the boating market, it's the vendors. So even on this Prestige right here, which has had updated electronics, and we'll talk about that in just a second, because this video is about the vendors. And it's absolute craziness to me to see what's happening in this boat market, and it's just heartbreaking, and it's so disappointing because so many of us work so hard for our money, and then to trust somebody and have them actually do something for us, and then it just doesn't happen. It's heartbreaking. And the quality of the work that we're getting now is just horrific. It's horrible. So I get out to the boat, and these are the new Ray Marines. They were installed in the boat last year, I believe. Well, this has an autopilot, and this is basically a precision. It's called Precision Pilot. It's the Mercury version of an autopilot. And then none of these screens right here. So on a normal autopilot, you'd have one of these screens dedicated to the autopilot, but we don't have that on this boat. And so for an hour, I'm trying to figure out why I don't have an autopilot. What's going on here? And what we actually found out how to operate the autopilot, which was pretty simple. But in the process of all this, we figured out. So when I turn the screen on right here on a regular boat, the autopilot would show up here. There'd be a screen down here, and I could operate and run the autopilot through this screen right here. There'd be a toolbar down below there, but it doesn't have it on this boat. So I spent hours trying to figure it out. So long story short, I'm out there. We're out on the water last week, and I spent about an hour, and I'm like, it's not that I gave up. I just the two systems aren't talking to each other. They're not connected through NEMA. And then so after a few hours, the owner says, "Hey, Paul," he goes, "the reason this isn't working is because the network's not talking." I go, "Yeah, I told you that like 3 hours ago, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's in a cable that should have been installed by the people that installed the new electronics, and it didn't happen." And it's the same thing that I'm seeing on every single boat. Marine Solutions is a big one. I mean, I've spent myself on a couple of projects that I've had and a couple of boats that I've been on over hundreds of thousands of dollars with those, and they don't even respond. They don't even call you back. There's nothing. I mean, there's just nothing there. They won't. I mean, right now Larry's just spent over $70,000. This is cash out of his pocket on his 50-foot Silverton, and he does not have working Garmin electronics, and they were all supposed to be replaced brand new, all talking to each other, brand new autopilot installed. Nothing works. Like, the autopilot does not talk to the Garmin's. Again, they do. It does a little bit, and I can operate the autopilot slightly out of it, but it won't go into like auto nav. It won't do anything. The autopilot will not operate correctly. And it's frustrating, and it's just so frustrating. Later on in that journey, we find out they didn't even put a rudder indicator in. Now supposedly they've drove all the way down from the Keys all the way to the boat, hooked up the rudder indicator, told him that it was going to run, and if it doesn't, just call customer support with Garmin. That's what they told him. I mean, that's $30,000. That's what that bill was, $30,000, and that's what he got. That's how he was dealt with as a customer. And it's very, very frustrating. I want to hear your guys' comments too. Has anybody else had to deal with this in the boating industry, or is it just me? Am I the only unlucky one? So, and the time that we wait for these projects to get done, and then to be disappointed, and then they don't even work correctly, because what happens, I'll get on the boat, they don't even know what they don't know. Even this owner, he didn't know what he didn't know, and so we didn't even have the correct charts. when I got on this boat, and it was like, no, those charts that looks like something, that's a Scooby-Doo chart from freaking 1969. That is not the chart that we should be looking at to navigate with. And so then we figured that out. That was pretty simple fix. But trying to bring the autopilot on board, that's a whole different beast. And this is over $1 million boat. The purchase used on this boat was over $1 million. And here we're dealing with the same thing, the same issues as the $200,000 boat or the $50,000 boat or the $100,000. It's all the same. All the issues are identically the same, and it's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. It's one of the reasons, like, when you hire a professional captain who knows what he's supposed to be looking at, he knows how the boat's supposed to perform, he knows what this is supposed to do, and then when it doesn't, then all the money that was spent to get it to do that, and it doesn't do that, it's very frustrating. I'm just going to start calling out these vendors because it's just ridiculous. I mean, our engine mechanic, I'll be perfectly honest with you, like last year when I was working on the Big Hatteras, Marine Solutions was only one. He was probably our biggest vendor. It was over 200 grand spent with him. Our electronics guy, same issues. You guys, anybody watched all those videos? We pulled into over into Panama, and we didn't even have charts, and we had to figure all that out. We did that through the Garmin support tech system, and they do actually have pretty decent support, but it's so time consuming. And the vendor that put the electronics in gave us all these charts and stuff, and they didn't work. It was like they sold us all these charts, and none of that worked. And we called Garmin and said, "What's going on here? Why can't I just plug this chart in?" And it doesn't work like that. So now everything's downloaded, and you got to go through an app and then bring it up onto the monitor, and it just doesn't work like it used to work on the new stuff. So anyway, but it's just, and they're not going to take the time, because that was hours. It was days. I remember Lee spending days doing that and bringing those charts up and getting them ready for us. But it's just, this boating market is so frustrating. The prices, where we're going right now, the inflation. On Facebook the other day, somebody pointed out, that he did an actual breakdown of what's going on right now, and I can really start to see that separation from the middle class to the wealthy. This year, especially last year was a big eye-opening thing for that. But I mean, these guys, when you walk into a store now, and it's it just blows my mind to go into like even a McDonald's, and 3 people eat, it's $50, and I'm going, oh my, just shaking my head saying, where's this go? Where does this end? And same thing in the boating industry. It's like, now you guys got to remember, it's $200 an hour per man, and it takes 2 men to install electronics, because most of it is about running wires. You saw that on this boat that, the one we did ourselves. And I'll tell you what, we did that boat, and me and the owner, Keith, and we didn't have any issues. Like, everything was lined up, everything worked, it was beautiful. When we just kept firing systems and kept firing systems, now we had to buy cables, and we had to do this, and we had to do that, and we had to spend those hours. They were long days. Keith was on that thing working till midnight every night, just about downloading and uploading and getting it all talking and working correctly, because it just took hours and hours of research. Just, he would sit there and grok it, and then he would figure it out. But he figured it out, and I'll tell you what, that's probably one of the best installed systems as far as networking and all that stuff that there is. And we did it ourselves. We figured out what cables we needed, and we did not have all the cables in the beginning, but as we were brought on board, and we were in a very good spot. We had a West Marine right next to us, and then when we needed that extension cable, though, the last piece of the puzzle was hooking up the depth sounder, and we happened to find a 6-foot extension cable, so it was cool that they had that. Anyway, I want to hear what you guys say about this. Am I just some old man talking? Is this bullshit, or is this real? I mean, and then hear what you guys have to say. anyway, this weekend, I hope you guys enjoy like a 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock today, the release of the walkthrough on this Prestige 2017. That's today at 4 o'clock, and then next week we'll pick up with, or this weekend we pick up with Keith's videos. And then we are going on a 48-foot green line next. That's after this boat. There might be a couple little boats in between there, and then we have a Beneteau in New Orleans that we're going to go pick up and do some training on that one. So anyway, peace out. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Truly appreciate you guys. We're going to enjoy a weekend here in the Keys doing some yacht training. Anyway, God bless. Peace out. And remember, live life with no regret. I do. Thank you.